Last week, we were caught up on the non-stop energy of Los Angeles, showing the boys the Pacific Ocean for the first time, exploring Universal Studios, and taking in some of Hollywood's most iconic sites. If you missed that episode, we'll link it above and in the description below. But this week, we're leaving the crowds and the traffic behind and heading north toward the slower pace of California's Central Coast. Pismo Beach wasn't one of the major destinations we planned for this summer. It was really just a short stop along the way to our next big adventure at Pinnacles National Park. We didn't know much about the area or what to expect, but with the ocean, some history, and plenty to explore, we figured there had to be something here worth discovering. And sometimes it's the places you know the least about that end up surprising you the most. Hi guys, welcome to the future. This is Future Us. And somewhere between leaving LA and getting to Pismo Beach, we completely forgot that we were making a YouTube video.
Yeah, literally, we don't have one piece of usable on-camera dialogue. So this episode is going to feel a little different. We did film the trip, and we definitely have a story to tell, so please stick with us.
And for those of you who are new here, we are John and Rich, and we have been traveling in our RV full-time for 4 years. And this summer, we are making our way through California with our grandsons.
Pismo Beach was really just meant to be a stop between LA and Pinnacles National Park, which is our next big stop. And we really didn't know anything about it. It kind of just fit the itinerary. And we didn't have much planned. We just figured we'd settle in, relax, and find some things to do. If you are enjoying our videos, please consider giving us a like, subscribe, and comment. It's hugely important. It shows YouTube's algorithm that you're enjoying our content, and it goes ahead and it pushes it out to other people, and we could really use that support. So let's rewind to the day that we left Los Angeles area and started to make our way to the Central Coast. Enjoy.
I'm so done with you. All right, we are all packed up, and it was time to hit the road for a 4-hour drive to Pismo Beach. The drive out of the campground in Canyon Country was quite stunning. And to fuel up a truck stop that, well, let's just say didn't look quite like a truck stop we had ever seen, which is why we missed it. After that, we were back on the road and navigating LA traffic with an RV, which is always so much fun. Then we were officially on the PCH, and let's face it, these views while driving are absolutely gorgeous. So California. And we arrived at Pismo Beach. Pismo Beach, as we found out, is quite a popular spot in the summer. So when we added it to the trip, we took one of the only reservations we found. And let's just say, we were happy to just be passing through. This is not like where we usually camp, but we were going to have to work for it today. And with that done, we had worked up quite an appetite. Let's head off to dinner.
Max. Sushi.
The next day, it was off to San Luis Obispo. San Luis Obispo, or SLO, is a small Central Coast city about halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco. It grew around a Spanish mission founded in 1772, and today is the interesting mix of historic California, college town, wine country, and a really walkable downtown. Long before this was downtown SLO, Spanish explorers called this area Bear Plain because there were so many grizzly bears here. Grizzlies, by the way, are now extinct in California. The mission dates all the way back to 1772, making it California's 5th of the 21 Spanish missions. And here's something we didn't know. The mission became known for using clay roof tiles, partly because thatch roofs could be set on fire by flaming arrows. When the mission was founded in 1772, it had just one bell. Today, 5 bells hang at the mission, with its historic bells tracing back to Peru in 1818. One of the things that makes this church unusual is its L-shaped layout. It's the only one of California's 21 missions built this way. And even this historic interior has survived its share of challenges. The altar wall was badly damaged in 2003 San Simeon earthquake and later restored. Even the museum is part of the history. It's located inside the original convento wing, where the Franciscan priest and friars once lived. Today, it holds artifacts covering native Californian life, the mission era, and the later American settlement of the area. Outside, the bells and gardens are a reminder that this was once much more than a church. It was an entire working mission community. From the mission, we headed out to explore downtown SLO. An easy, walkable mix of historic buildings, local shops, restaurants, and that laid-back Central Coast feel. Of course, we spotted a flower and plant shop, and we have absolutely zero self-control when it comes to places like this. So naturally, we had to go in. And honestly, this one was incredible. Easily one of the best ones we've ever been to.
That's nice.
And even though we are officially out of room for plans, apparently that didn't stop us from adding one more to the family. Back out exploring downtown, we had one more stop in mind. We knew exactly what was coming, but the boys did not. And their next San Luis Obispo discovery? Bubblegum Alley.
Yeah, that's like what we saw in Seattle. The Gumball Alley.
Yeah, like, what was that, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Me too.
What do you think about that, Holden?
Is it gross? Don't touch.
Oh, you can touch if you want to.
Ew.
Cut off your finger.
Bubblegum Alley is about 70 feet long with 15-foot high walls, completely covered in gum. Nobody really knows how it started, but one theory is that it began as a rivalry between local high school and Cal Poly students. They've actually cleaned the walls completely off twice, and people just started all over again.
They put in the waffles too to make like apples. Someone did a smiley face. Wait, someone added no love, heart, Anna plus I.
Oh yeah, we didn't show you our find. What do you think of San Luis Obispo?
It's cute.
Not too much for the boys to do.
No.
So they're driving us crazy.
Drove us crazy.
Yeah, it drove us crazy. But the mission was really cool.
Although that is a great place, you definitely got to stop there.
Oh,
Growing
yeah.
grounds, house plants and gifts,
It was.
which we did get.
Before leaving the area, we made one more quick stop just a few miles down the coast in Morro Bay. We didn't spend a lot of time here, but we couldn't pass up a look at the iconic Morro Rock, a walk along the waterfront, and of course, a few very vocal locals hanging out by the harbor. There's just something about this stretch of the California coast. The cliffs, the ocean, the sound of the waves. It has a way of making you slow down and just take it all in.
Going down.
What?
I said going down.
As we made our way down toward the water, the whole day seemed to shift. What started as just another stop along the coast became one of those moments that reminds you to slow down, look around, and really be where you are. We spent so much time thinking about what's next that sometimes the best parts are the ones that ask nothing from us except to notice them. So from here, we'll let the boys take over and let you experience the next few minutes the way we did. Looking back, this is one of the moments that stayed with us the most. Not because it was the biggest thing we did, but because for a little while, nobody was thinking about what was coming next. We were just there, watching the boys explore, listening to the ocean, and taking in one of those simple moments you wish you could hold on to just a little bit longer. And just like that, a stop we had barely given much thought to became one of our most favorite spots of the trip. Pismo Beach was supposed to be somewhere we stopped for a couple of days before moving on, but somewhere between exploring the Central Coast, wandering through SLO, and watching the boys discover everything hiding in these tide pools, it became so much more than that. And maybe that's one of the best parts of traveling this way. You can plan the route, circle the big destinations, and think you know which places are going to matter the most. But every once in a while, a place you almost overlooked reminds you that some of the best memories are the ones you never planned for. And next week, the road takes us somewhere we've been looking forward to all summer. Pinnacles National Park, our first California national park of the trip. We hope to see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video this week. It is now time for July's adventure giveaway, so let's give the wheel a spin. Congratulations, Carol T. We will reach out to you. You'll have 72 hours to go ahead and reply to that email, and we'll get everything shipped out to you. If for some reason Carol does not reply or does not want the gift, we will go ahead and move on to the next person. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Dust in the rear view, free as a bird. This is our time, no matter what they say. Every mile behind only brought us here. Now the road is clear.